Hello and welcome back to BS Rugby and welcome to this afternoon's watch along. It is England against the Springboks. Welcome in, folks. Hope you are doing well this afternoon. If you're new here to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. And of course, get your thoughts in the chat as we go along. Welcome in. Already a comment here. Thank you very much to you. Unfortunately, no is the answer to that. I cannot show the game live. This is a commentary of the game, but I can keep you up to date as the game goes along. So do stick around for that. I don't have as much money, unfortunately, as Amazon Prime, which is showing the game here in the UK. But welcome along. Hope everyone is doing well on this afternoon. Let me just get this shared out onto the various platforms. Feel free to share it as well. Please do hit the like button, by the way. It massively helps the stream to get out there and for folks to enjoy it. And very, very excited for this game. We've already had games today and we'll go through them shortly. But yeah, very excited for this now. So make sure that you get involved with the chat, get your thoughts, get your comments in. As always, this is the only watch along of today, I'm afraid, due to the fact that I'm actually going to go and watch Wales with family. So that's going to be really enjoyable to do later on. Right, let's have a talk about this game then. Interesting game, isn't it? England against the Springboks, the repeat of the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. Of course, the Springboks came out on top that day, but how are they going to get on today. Rock and Roll Rugby's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you, pal. Hope everything is well with you. Gregor, of course, as Gregor says there, it is just a watch long, but welcome in, folks. Make sure to vote in the poll as well, who you think is going to win this game. And we are going to go through the teams and a few stats and facts before we kick off here. So do make sure to get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Let's have a chat about what happened earlier today. So Scotland did in the end beat Japan, but it wasn't actually a great performance from them, if we're being totally honest. You know, they'll take the win, absolutely, but 29 points to 20 is not a fantastic result for them. And you've got to say that, you know, Japan were much better than they were against Ireland, 100% much better, and it wasn't the perfect performance in terms of the Scots. In the other game, Italy only just about beat Uruguay. That scoreline in the end was only 17 points to 10 to Italy over Uruguay. And if I'm being totally honest, it was quite a strong Italian side. So for them to only just about manage to beat Uruguay is a big loss for them. Well, it's not a loss. Obviously, they won the game, but it's not particularly great for them either. So they will be frustrated with that, of course. But our focus now turns to England against South Africa. Repeat, as I said, of the World Cup. Let's have a quick chat about this game. And so the last time that they faced one another was that World Cup final. South Africa coming out on top that day by 32 points to 12. There, Sia Khaleesi lifting the World Cup there. The game before that was at Twickenham, and it was a pretty horrific match. England winning that one by 12 points to 11 on that day. So not a special game by any stretch of the imagination. And the game before that was in the summer of 2018 as England headed over to South Africa as they toured the country that summer, winning that one by 25 points to 10. So on the whole, England have a decent record against South Africa of recent times, although South Africa overall have the better record. And I think South Africa have won 9, England have won 8, and I believe there's been a draw there. So both teams, you know, it's pretty close over the years, and I think we're in for quite a tense match this afternoon. If we're looking back to last week, England played against the Australians and won that one. They won that by 32 points to 15, while the Springboks beat Scotland at Murrayfield. They managed to beat them by 30 points to 15. Mapimbi getting a brilliant try then. What great form he has been on. The Springboks are just about coming out now, so we'll go through the teams and we'll have a chat about some of the key players. So this is how England are lining up today. Let me know your thoughts in the chat as we go through, of course. Let me know what you make of the selection. Let's start then with the fullback. Freddie Stewart plays at fullback with Joe Marchant and Johnny May on the wings. Manu Tuilagi moves back to the centre with Henry Slade. At 9 then Ben Youngs. Marcus Smith is at 10. No Owen Farrell. He is out injured. So, I mean, Eddie Jones in the week spoke a lot and said, look, everything's going to be going through Marcus Smith. He's going to be dictating the play. So excited to see what he can do. If we move then to the forwards, we have Bevan Rodd and Jamie Blamire in the front row alongside Carl Sinclair. So on the whole, not a very experienced front row, is it? Mauro Toja and Johnny Hill are the lock options, with Courtney Lords as captain at 6. Sam Underhill at 7 and Tom Curry at 8. I like the look of that back row for sure. Let's have a look at the subs, or the finishers, as Eddie likes to call them. Nick Doley, Joe Marler and Will Stewart are the front row options, with Charlie Ewells, Sam Simmons and Alex Don Brandt are the other forward options. And then, of course, you've got Rafi Quirk and Max Malins on the bench as the back option. So let me know your thoughts on that England team, as well. As I said, make sure to vote in the poll as well who you think is going to win today. This is the Springboks side. This is how they line up coming off that win against Scotland. They got Nche, Mbonambi and Nyakane in the front row, with Etzebeth and De Jager playing in the locks. Khaleesi and Quagga Smith alongside Dwayne Vermeulen is the back row. That's a pretty good back row, if you ask me. Cobus Reinach comebacks in, as well as Andre Pollard. Damien Diolande is alongside Lucanio Am in the centre. Probably the best centre partnership in the world right now. Jesse Creel is still on the wing, which is interesting to see, with Mapimbi also on the wing. Incredible try-scoring record for the Springboks. And then Willie LaRue is at fullback. Leaving a bench then of the bomb squad. We'll chat about them in a minute. Malcolm Marks, Stephen Kitsoff and Vincent Koch, with Mostert and Jasper Wiese are the other forward options. Herschel Jantes, Elton Jantes and France staying then are the other options. So that's how both teams will look this afternoon. Do let me know your thoughts on that team, what you make of it. And let's have a chat then about England's selection. We got to talk about this man. It's Marcus Smith, isn't it? He is someone who has such potential, has such talent, and is someone who can really create something out of nothing. I'm a huge fan of his, but there's going to be a lot of pressure on him today to deliver, isn't there? With no Owen Farrell, he's going to be one dictating the play. And I really expect South Africa to put a lot of pressure on him. Can he step up to it? In my opinion, yes. But we're yet to see that at this level, aren't we? And a lot of pressure on him. And, you know, Manu Tuolangi at 12, he's not really a playmaker, is he? So it's going to be quite the challenge for him this afternoon. For South Africa, they obviously have this man back, Andre Pollard. What a player he is. Maybe not the most offensive player, maybe not the most attack-minded player, but he certainly knows what to do in the right moments. And he's got that experience, something that Marcus Smith certainly doesn't have. And I think we have to mention these guys as well. The bomb squad, of course, of Malcolm Mark, Stephen Kitsoff and Vincent Koch. They are absolutely ridiculous, and watch them as they come on. And we saw against Scotland last week that the changes were made early. The changes were made literally just as half-time was about to go. They brought the bomb squad on, and I expect to see them coming out. And it's going to be interesting to see how both teams approach this game. I think, look, England have to throw the ball about. They have to try and play a little bit. South Africa are going to do what they always do. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be hard. They're going to be hitting hard. They're going to be using the box kick, using the jackal a lot. So keep an eye out on that. If you are watching, we are very close to kickoff. So please do hit the subscribe button. It's free to do. Helps grow the channel. Leave a like on the stream. Get involved in the chat. There's an option of a super chat if you'd like to do that. There's absolutely no pressure to do that, but if you'd like to support the channel financially, that is massively appreciated. So do let me know your thoughts in the chat as we go through this afternoon. Let's have a look at the poll. How are people backing this one? So most people are backing the Springboks to win. 57% of people are saying that the Springboks are going to win. 43% are saying that England are going to win. So make sure that you vote in the poll. Let us know who you think is going to win. Box will win. We are behind you. The box watching from Namibia, Carmen. Welcome, Carmen. Great to see that we have fans from all across the world watching this game. So we're very close to kickoff here. Really excited for this one, and very excited to see how this game develops. My prediction, I think the Springboks are going to win. I think the Springboks are going to win about 23-20. So get your predictions in. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Let me know who you are backing. I'm afraid not. I cannot show the game due to copyright reasons. This is a commentary of the game, my friend, but you're welcome to stick around and watch here as well. The game is on Amazon Prime in the UK. Not too sure where it is in South Africa, but welcome along nonetheless. We are all set to go here. So let's just once more quickly run through that starting 15. Starting for England, then you've got Freddie Stewart at fullback, Joe Marchant and Johnny May on the wings, Manu Tuolangi and Henry Slade in the centres with Ben Youngs and Marcus Smith. In the front row, then you have Bevan Rodd, Jamie Blamer and Kyle Sinclair. Maro Toje and Johnny Hill are in the locks with Courtney Laws, Tom Curry and Sam Underhill in the back row. For the Springboks, then, they line up like this with Nche and Bonambi and Nyakane in the front row, Etzebeth and De Jager in the locks, Khaleesi, Quagga Smith and Dwayne Vermeulen are the back row. Cobus Reinach and Hando Pollard are at 9 and 10, with Damien Diolande and Lucanio Am in the centre, Jesse Creel and Mapimbi, playing at the wingers, with Willie LaRue playing at fullback. So those are the two teams. Vote in the poll. Let me know who you are backing this afternoon to get the win in this one. As I said before, unfortunately, no watch along for Wales against Australia today. I'm going to go watch it with my dad. So there might be a reaction afterwards, though. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see about that. But interesting game here. Repeat of the 2019 final. And a lot of... it's going to be an interesting one because I think England have tried to adapt their style over recent times. And I think that's certainly going to be something that they're going to have to do today. Andy is wanting the Springboks to win. Let's see who can get the win then today. Both teams are all set to go. Let me get our headphones on and we'll be all set to go. It's really cold today, hence why I'm wearing a hoodie, and there is no England or Springboks top. But it's really cold today, so I'm enjoying the fact that I don't have to wear a hoodie. So Yeah, very happy about that. Right. We're ready to get going. I'm back in the Springboks to win by 23 points to 20. Get in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free to do. Leave a like and let me know your thoughts in the chat throughout the game. Really excited for this. Repeat of the World Cup final. Potentially the second and third best team in the world maybe here. So off we go. Kickoff has just got underway. And it is South Africa who get started. England winning the ball here. And really excited for this game. So do get your thoughts in the chat as we go on. Let me know what you make of the game. As I just adjust the camera from being silly. There we go. All sorted. So do get involved in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Ball sent up. It is won by Dwayne Vermeulen on the England 10-metre line. Kobus Reinach looks up and goes alone. Tackled, though, well by Marchant. And Mapimbi will act as the scrum half. So we're up to the 10-metre line here. Kobus Reinach with ball in hand. Pollard and South Africa keeping it very narrow, going to the forwards, but the ball is always there for them. And as you see there, Springboks straight away, once the ball slows down, the game isn't quite flowing as it should. They just send it up straight away. And it's something they're going to be doing quite a lot. But England have the ball here on the 10-metre line, off their own 10-metre line. Ben Youngs will box kick this one downfield. It's down towards Willie LaRue, who has a little bit of time to look up. And off he goes, but he is tackled by Bevan-Rod. And South Africa going through the forwards here in their own half. And once again, Andre Pollard sends it up. And this is something we're going to see a lot for them. They're going to send it up. They're going to tackle the man. And they're going to look for the jackal. But Freddie Stewart beats Damien Diolande up to the halfway line here for England. Andy Bradley, mate, that'd be a heck of a result, wouldn't it? A heck of a result. But I'd be surprised if it was that high scoring. But I do think it'd be quite close. Back off England here. So England have the ball. A little bit open here. Marcus Smith looks up. Looking for the cross kick. It's not a bad kick. It's actually a very good kick. And England up to the 22 here as Carl Sinclair goes forward. Marcus Smith into Maro Toje. This is a good start from England. Ben Youngs, Marcus Smith looks for the gap, but he is absolutely nailed by Eben Etzebeth. Lovely little chip through. Is that going to work for Willie Stewart? It's not. And Willie LaRue puts it down. And it'll be a scrum on the 5-metre line. England very much looking to kick in behind Marcus Smith there with a little kick through. Saw the gap and put it through there. Sorry, Ben Youngs who put the ball through. And there'll be a scrum here. Our first scrum is going to be a big one, isn't it? Because we know how good the Springbok scrum is. The front row of England is probably a little bit, it's obviously less experienced, probably not the quality of the Springboks. So it's going to be interesting to see how this scrum goes. It is, of course, England ball, 5 metres out, right on the far left of the pitch. And so here we go. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. So scrum to England, 5 metres out. What are England going to do? Are they going to keep it in or are they going to get it out? I think they'll look to get it out. And England penalised at the scrum. They're going scrum again. England won another scrum here. Early engagement there, so they go for the scrum again. England do. So 4 minutes in here, still 0-0. England camped on the 5 metre line with a scrum, an attacking scrum. So interesting to see here. And they set the scrum off. It's a big shove coming from the Springboks, but it's a penalty to England. Maybe there was a loss of control. Mapimbi there penalised. And England go to the corner. So 5 metres out, they've gone to the corner. And there'll be a 5 metre line out for them. So Chansey, you think maybe we'd see the driver maul here? Early pressure on here from England. And this would be the perfect start for England if they can get something from here. But big first line out for Jamie Blamir. And they go short. And the set is driven. It's gone straight down. South Africa have managed to bring that down quite comfortably. So 3 metres short here. Ben Youngs is at the base of this one. Told to get out of the way by Carl Sinclair. It looks like England are going to go through the forwards. Carl Sinclair goes. Doesn't make any ground though. Ben Youngs takes over here. He gives it in to Manu Tuolangi, who is stopped by Khaleesi and shoved back 7 metres out now for England. Ball comes out here. Stewart. Johnny May. Johnny May sneaks through one tackle, but it's tackled in the end by Kobus Reinach. Quick ball here. Johnny Hill up to the 5 metre line once again. Ben Young switches the direction of play. It's Itoje, tackled though by Niakane. Johnny May goes alone. Ball is there for Ben Young. Still 5 metres out, just to the right of the post. There's space out wide here. This has got to be a try. Surely. Manu Tuolangi for the corner. And Manu Tuolangi has scored for England. And England take the lead early on here. England 5. South Africa 0. And you've got to say, brilliant try by England. But where was the defence from the Springboks? England lead this one by 5 points to 0. They dragged them in. And actually really good work through the backs to get the ball out. And it's a brilliant finish from Manu Tuolangi. And England lead here by 5 points to 0. So England take the lead. Brilliant try from England. Really well worked there. And England will certainly be taking that. Apparently Tuolangi looks a little bit injured here. We hope he's okay, naturally. And Marcus Smith with a conversion, and he has slotted it beautifully. So England take a 7-0 lead here. Really good start from England. South Africa really haven't had any of the ball, and it's the perfect start for them. Doritos, I'm afraid I cannot show the actual game due to copyright, but this is just a commentary. It does say in the description of this video when I put it out. So fortunately, cannot show you. It's just a commentary, but I hope you enjoy. Manu Tuolangi has actually gone off. So Max Malins has come on. So I would think Joe Martian maybe goes into the centre. Yeah, I think Joe Martian will have to go to the centre. So I think Martian will go to the centre, and I think Max Malins will go out wide. That's what I think. So line out here anyway to the Springboks, just over the 10-metre line of England. The maul is set up. Mbonambi at the back of the maul with the ball. And this maul is moving. Still there for England, trying to hold the man up, Johnny Hill. Kobus Reinach at the base there of the maul. Malins is class. He's a great player, isn't he? Brilliant player. Folks, if you're watching, 74 of you currently watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button. Really helps the channel to grow. It's free to do as well. Like the stream, get involved in the chat. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure, of course, to like and follow the page. But on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Welcome along. Hope you're enjoying the watch along this afternoon. Really good to have you alongside for the repeat of the 2019 final. England leading by 7 points to 0, of course. And you know, very well deserved, but Manu Tuilagi, the try scorer, going off early. So some injury concerns for England there. So interesting how this one is going to be developing. So scrum then, it's going to be scrum to the Springboks. About 8 meters out to the right-hand corner of the pitch. So scrum here. 7 meters out, Kobus Reinach is going to feed this, you'd think. And a big chance here for South Africa to show some dominance. They'd like to show some dominance here at the scrum, you'd think. So big scrum this, of course. Scrum goes straight down, so they're going to have a reset. And penalty to England. So the ref called for a second there to reset. And I think Niakane has been penalised again. I think he has. And Marcus Smith will have a chance to clear his lines here. He called for it, and then I think that the touch judge has called for it. So line out here to England then. And they've knocked it on. Well, I thought that was a knock-on from England, but referee says no. So England have the ball on their own 10-meter line. They go through the forwards. Underhill tackled. Big tackle coming in on him. So still 7 points to 0. 12 minutes gone at Twickenham. Ball goes up here. And is straight out on the full from Ben Youngs from the box kick. And we will have a scrum there for the Springboks. But again, the Springboks, their scrum, something they're very good at. They're really struggling with it early on here. But they are having the line out, of course. So the line out just over the 10-meter line of England. Chance for the Springboks to set up an attack, which they really haven't had anything really to do work from. They win it. Etzebeth, Kobus Reinach into Pollard. Pollard flat ball into Khaleesi, who runs at Marchant. Kobus Reinach into Andre Pollard. Oh, lovely hands. Willie LaRue goes to the kick. Probably not the right decision. The bounce. Oh, and he's knocked it forward. And it'll be a scrum to the Springboks. And the handbags are certainly out here now. And a few words have been said by each other. And I'm sure Andrew Brace will have a few words to say here to the players who are certainly getting to know each other, shall we say. Which is always very enjoyable. So here we go then. A scrum penalty for the Springboks for holding on. He is struggling a little bit, isn't he? It was a difficult bounce of the ball, though, you got to say. But really nice work from the Springboks there. I actually thought the kick from Willie LaRue was a little bit silly, but the bounce there, I personally thought he knocked that forward. So I don't know how he's called that and said that's not gone forward, because it clearly has, but there we go anyway. It's all good. So chance for Andre Pollard to give South Africa their first points, and he does. So South Africa up to 3 points here. So South Africa 3, England 7. There we go. That's the current score. And South Africa with one move there, showing what they can do, but still very tight game. Very, very tight game so far, you got to say. So England will get us restarted 15 minutes into this one. Marcus Smith set to get us back underway. And he sends it up. Straight down the middle, Willie LaRue takes it nicely. Did Tom Curry catch LaRue? No. So Kobus Reinach feeds it to De Jager, who will take it forward for England. And they will certainly be looking. So Kobus Reinach sends it up. Who's going to win this? It's really well taken by De Jager. And Springboks have a little bit of space out wide, and it's a poor pass from, I think it's Derlande. Stripped by England. Johnny May with the ball. Tries a little kick. Come off the hands of Lukhanyo, and finally scrum to England with the knock on there. So scrum to England. A little bit all over the place, that play there, but brilliant rip from Itoje there. Brilliant work from him. So scrum to England then, just over the 10-metre line of the Springboks. And yeah, big scrum this, you feel now, because it's been 2 scrums really. 2 scrums so far. England had the dominance, which you wouldn't have expected really. So chance here then. Scrum goes in. Big shove coming on from the Springboks pack, but England do get it out. Henry Slade finds out Freddie Stewart. Now there's a little bit of space here for Max Malins. Max Malins, Jesse Creel. Oh, Jesse Creel just didn't even go in for him. Chance here for England. Johnny May, big tackle from Sia Khaleesi up to the 5-metre line here. Ball is there for Ben Youngs. He goes to the blind side, trying to find Freddie Stewart. Is he over the line? Yes, he is. And England take another try in this one. 2 tries. And, well, you've got to say, England there, really well taken try. And it is Freddie Stewart, his second international try in just 5 caps. And England here are beginning to look pretty dangerous, you've got to say. And I've got to say, I mean, the narrowness of this Springbok defence is a little bit... It's a little bit weird how narrow it is. And in the end, Jesse Creel has to make a tackle, doesn't make it. And big carry from Freddie Stewart there. And the strength then of Freddie Stewart is enough there. Mapimbi maybe could do a little bit more, but in the end, it's a brilliant finish from Freddie Stewart and England. Marcus Smith with a chance then to give England even more of a lead here, which he slots beautifully, and England lead here by 14 points to 3 and open the gap in this one as we head towards halfway through this first half. 2 tries to 0 for England. Very, very good start from England. I've got to say, they've been absolutely brilliant so far. And very, very well taken there from Freddie Stewart. So South Africa gets back underway. Ball is there for Ben Youngs, who will go through the forwards. And England looking to clear this one. Ben Youngs, you think, will send this one up for the box kick. Gotta say, England have played very, very... Is that on the full again? And I think it is. Oh, no, he's got it. He's got it. Brilliant kick. Brilliant kick. Sweet Chariot rings around Twickenham. 20 minutes in. Line out here to the Springboks. Just over the halfway line. Chance for them is taken well by Duan Vermeulen. Inside to Diolande. Diolande pushes off Henry Slade. Goes over the 10-metre line. Ball is there. Cobus Reinach. Pollard fizzes it out to Willie LaRue. Clipped over the top to Mapimbi, but it is cleared in the end by Johnny May. But it's not the greatest clearance. South Africa really look to play for the territory, don't they? You got to say. But line out here, chance for the Springboks to do something from this position. Yeah, potentially that certainly could be a thing, isn't it, with the Rassie situation? But it's still very early in the game. But England have looked pretty good. And do you know what? I think they've matched the Springboks physically. They've matched them physically. But the 2 tries that the Springboks have considered is really poor defence. You know, they played so narrow. Jesse Creel misses a really important tackle that he should make. But you can only do what's in front of you. And that's what England have done. And they've done it really, really well. So fair play to England. They've been the better side. They deserve to certainly be in the lead here. Line out taken then. Ball is there. Advantage to the Springboks just outside the 22. The driving maul is set up. Early engagement there from the Springboks. And there's space out wide. Here's Andre Pollard. Looks to the little kick through. That's a lovely kick. Is Jesse Creel going to get it? No, he's not. And it is knocked on by England, but they'll come back for the original penalty. And lovely space. And again, you know, both teams struggling a little bit with their narrowness in defence there. Look how much they've been sucked in there. The lovely kick from Andre Pollard. If the bounce is more fortuitous for him, Creel gets in the corner, but it will be a penalty for the Springboks. And I think they're going to take for the points here. Oh, they're going for the corner. Oh, no, they're taking the points. They are taking the points, of course. They are taking the points, indeed. So Andre Pollard with a chance to bring the Springboks within 8 points. So Andre Pollard with a chance to reduce the deficit, which he certainly does. And we are now at South Africa 6, England leading still here, though, comfortably by 14 points to 6. So England 14, Springboks 6. That's the current score. Folks, if you're watching, 80 of you currently watching, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, get involved in the chat, of course. And let me know your thoughts as we go on throughout this game. Thank you very much for tuning in this afternoon. So we've restarted. Cobus Reinach with the ball just inside his own 22. Goes through the forwards. And penalty to England. Tom Curry wins the ball at the breakdown. That will not be something that they want to see. And this is right in from the post. So chance here for Marcus Smith to easily get some points. I'm afraid I can't, September, just due to copyright. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm afraid I can't do that. It's a commentary, so I'm afraid I can't do that. I'd love to be able to, but I cannot. So 23 minutes in. And a chance here for England to extend their lead here, 23 minutes in. Hey, it's all good, September. It's all good. So chance here for Marcus Smith to extend the lead here for England. Right in front of the post, quite a comfortable kick. And a chance for them to extend their lead. Marcus Smith adds 3 points for England. So England 17, opening an 11-point gap here. So it's a big gap. Springboks not known for scoring plenty of tries. England 17, South Africa 6. Thank you very much, September. That's really kind of you. Thank you. So 25 minutes gone, 15 minutes until the half time. And England will restart. Ben Young sends it up from the box kick. It's headed for Dwayne Vermeulen, who takes it well, but is tackled by Johnny May. And penalty at the breakdown. And not moving away there, so penalised at the breakdown there. Penalty against Ichoje. Hello to you, Benita. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the game. Well, Andre Pollard here is going for the posts, and he's going to try and get it. It's quite a distance out, I've got to say. And he's going to go for this just over the halfway line. He believes he can get it. So let's have a look how he gets on. So penalty here to the Springboks. Jacques Nienaber, of course, is the head coach. No Rassi Erasmus. The less said about that, probably the better, isn't it? Funny. But Andre Pollard here with a chance to give the Springboks a little bit more of a say in this game, you'd say? Bit of a kick, though. Good distance on it. Just to the right of the post. Andre Pollard lines it up. He hits it. It looks good. And it is good. And the Springboks are up to 9. So they're still 8 points behind. But South Africa is still holding on here. And England will have to get restarted. And what we've seen there is both teams have scored points and then straight away afterwards have conceded. So it needs to be about getting your exit right. You can get your exit right and you can work from there. Willie LaRue claims it. Big hit coming in on him. Kobus Reinach plays it back, and Naikane with absolutely... Oh, what are you doing? Ball is there, though, for South Africa. Just over their own 5-metre line. Kobus Reinach looks for his options. He's going to box kick it away, and it's not a bad clearance at all from him. And certainly lets him off the hook there. Well, what was he doing? He really was not watching the ball there. The line out here to England. Corny Laws wins it. Marcus Smith gets it out to Johnny May, who spots the gap. Probably not the right decision. And England offside. And you could hear the ref shouting there. Don't stop. He was shouting, stop running. And he kept running, Joe Martian there. And so the South Africa with a chance now to do something. Yeah, you can see Martian is miles offside, 5 meters off. So the Springboks will look to send this one downfield, do you think? And it's not a great kick at all from Andre Pollard as he slips. But in the end, of course, lots of talk about Leicester Tigers potentially signing Andre Pollard as George Ford is off to Sale. So line out here to the Springboks, half an hour into this one. Ebenezer wins the ball. The maul is set up. Starts to move. Johnny Hill trying to pull it down. Advantage, illegally pulled down. Mapimbi. And there'll be no advantage from there. So if you're Springboks, you're probably going to take the points once again. So chance penalty here for the Springboks. So 10 minutes to go until half time. England still leading by 17 points to 9. Of course, there is another game today, Australia against Wales. I won't be doing a watch along for that, but there will be a reaction, I hope, after the game. I'm heading over to the parents to watch that with my dad. So Wales need a result. I'm telling you, we need a result in that one for sure. So yeah, very much looking forward to that game. For anyone who's interested in the football, Man United are 2-0 down. Just thought I'd let you know, against Watford. Is Ollie out? Probably. Anyway, here we go. Andre Pollard, the chance to reduce the deficit again, which he does. And the Springboks, once again, are clawing this one back. They've clawed back from 17 points to 3 down to being 17 points to 12. So it's certainly a contest once again. 5 points in it. Interesting now, isn't it? Interesting now. Oh, lovely take from Itoje from the restart. Big tackle coming in on him by Mbonambi. Still there for England, though. Marcus Smith, big, quick hands from him. Freddie Stewart sends the kick through. And it's a very good kick, actually, from Freddie Stewart. And the ball will be there as a line out for South Africa, though. But 10 metres out. And well. So line out here to the Springboks on the 5 metre line. Pressure on this line out. The line out's actually been very good. Folks, if you're watching, 100 of you currently watching, please do hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. And get involved in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like the stream and like the page as well. It massively helps. And your support is massively appreciated. I love the fact we've grown a great rugby community here. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Hopefully there'll be a watch on tomorrow for Ireland, Argentina. But I'll confirm that over the course of the evening. But nothing for Australia, Wales today, I'm afraid. But there should be a reaction out on the channel anyway after the game. So keep an eye out for that. So England with the ball here, trying to set up a maul. The ball is there for England on the 10 metre line of the Springboks. And we have about 8 minutes to go until half time. Ben Youngs feeds it into Blaymire. Ball is still there. Ben Youngs switches the shape of play, goes alone, a little bit isolated. Tried to play the offload, scooped up beautifully. And the ball's in here to Max Malin to go to the corner, but it's a brilliant tackle by Damien Diolande. And England, though, looking to spread the ball, looking to play a little bit more. And they're certainly creating some offloading opportunities. They're playing some really good stuff here, you got to say. And you know what? I thought Ben Youngs had made the wrong mistake there, but lovely skip up from Underhill there. And the ball out to Malin, but Diolande coming across the cover there and doing very well indeed. So still 17 points to 12 in this one. Richard Hoori, hope you're doing well, mate. I'm very well, thank you. Enjoying the rugby today. Hope you're doing well. My friend, probably happy with that win, of course, for Scotland, but wasn't the greatest performance, was it? But you'll certainly take it. But I'm doing very well. Thank you for joining me, pal. Good to see you as always. Long-term subscriber. Good to see you in the chat, mate. So Cobus Reinach with the ball in his own 22 sends it up for the box kick. And you know what? He's absolutely sliced that horrifically. And he's only made about 5 metres. So line out to England inside the 22. And, well, yeah, the less said about that, probably the better. So line out to England then. So line out to England just inside the 22 here. Set up. Courtney Laws, the driving more set, but they get it out straight away. Inside ball. Lovely run from Martian there. Ball is there for England. White. Lovely carry there. Declan Rod carries it up. Joe Martian tries to go alone, tries to get the offload, but he can't quite get it out. Up to the 5 metre line. Ben Youngs fires it in. Oh, it's a big hit on Rod there from Niakane. And penalty to the Springboks. That was a big hit. I think they'll probably have a look at this hit just to make sure that it's okay. I think it was. But they might have a look at this. Oh, interesting to see. The Japan will be an island women. Wow. Ryan certainly is supporting the Springboks. Godfrey thinks that the Springboks are going to win by 51 points to 43. That'll be a heck of a game. But it's been pretty high scoring already, hasn't it? So Pollard with a chance to clear the line. So South Africa do clear it down the line. Bok all the way for September as well. So 5 minutes to go until half time then. Line out to the Springboks. He's bouncing everywhere. Who's going to claim that? Cobus Reinach picks that up and it's a big hit coming in on him from Tom Curry. But the ball is there for the Springboks on the 10 metre line. The ball is out, although the referee said wait, and then he says the ball is out. England have turned it over. Pollard with the ball in hand, looks up, plays into Mapimpi. Mapimpi cuts inside, but tapped by Tom Curry. Springboks been a little bit isolated here. And penalty to England. I think Quagga Smith has been penalised for going off his feet at the breakdown. And if Marcus Smith will look to send this one down. A little bit confused there from the ref because the ref went no to England. And then England said ball is out. And the ref was like, yeah, the ball's out. So a little bit of confusion there. What are England going to decide to do? Henry Slade's going to send this one down to the corner. So England going for it at the end of the first half here. It's leading 17 points to 12. 3 minutes to go. Henry Slade looking to put this one in the corner. It's not an awful kick from him. Puts them into the 22 for sure. And it's not a bad kick at all. So England with a chance to finish the half. Well, that's what they'll be looking for. So line out to England about 15 metres out. England went for a clever little line out there. Didn't quite work. They're just outside the 22 here with the ball though, and the Springboks get the penalty at the breakdown. And England, that's probably it for the first half for them for sure. But the Springboks have 2.5 minutes. My score prediction, I was saying South Africa 23, England 20. But I think it's going to be a little bit high, more high scoring than that. But I still think the Springboks will win in the end. I still think they'll win in the end. Pollard sends this one down. So we have about a minute and a half to go until half time. So still very close game, this one there. Do you know what? It's been a heck of a game so far. I actually thought it was going to be a really close game. We weren't going to see much rugby. But We really have. It's been really open, actually, and it's been very enjoyable, I got to say. So the Springboks win the ball from their own line now. Khaleesi gets it out. Cubs Reinach trying the little chip over the top, looking for Marchant. Clears it. Malins kicks it downfield, though, and that's a heck of a kick. Is it going to be a 50-22? Not quite. He's just outside there. So great kick there. Cobus Reinach trying the little chip over the top. Sees the space as well. Kicks it through and puts Harker right back down in their half. And with a minute to go, you think that's probably going to be half time. Over 100 people currently watching. Please hit the subscribe button, folks. If you're watching and you're not yet done that, hit it down below. It's free to do. Helps grow the channel. Leave a like and, of course, get involved in the chat. Eager to hear what you got to say, as always. And Bonambi with the lineouts. Oh, and the Springboks have knocked it on here. So, chance for England. They're into the 22. Final chance. They thought they'd lost their final chance, but they got one here with 30 seconds to go until half-time. Ben Youngs is back to Marcus Smith in the pocket. Oh, it's pretty horrific from Marcus Smith. And it'll be 22. 22 dropout for the Springboks. So 10 seconds to go until half-time. Still 17 points to 12. We will, of course, at half-time take a quick break, and then we'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. Just have a look at that first half and to look ahead to the second half as well and have a chat about the other games today. So England gets, who's won that? It has actually gone into the hands of England, so just outside the 22. What are they going to do? Trying the little kick in behind, and ball is there for Jesse Creel. So Springboks can get this one out. You think they'll just kick this one off. And that's what they do. And that is the half-time whistle. So at half-time, the Springboks trailing here behind England, but very well played by England, you got to say. The half-time score here is England 17, the Springboks 12. We're going to take a quick break here on the channel, but we'll be back for the second half in just a second. I'll see you in a second. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. You've left a like on the stream. And, of course, get involved in the chat. I'll see you in a second. So there we go. Welcome back. It is half time in this one. England were leading in this one by 17 points to 12. That is the halftime score down at Twickenham. Hope you are enjoying this live watch along. Welcome along. If you just joined at half time, hope you are well. England, as I said, leading here by 17 points to 12. A try from Manu Tuolangi and Freddie Stewart, and then 4 penalties from the boot of Andre Pollard, keeping the box in the game. But England starting on fire and deserving to be in the lead. Some defensive issues, of course, for the Springboks, but on the whole, you got to say it's been a pretty open game, more open than I would have expected it to be. So you got to credit the Springboks for that, for sure. If you have just joined us, please do hit the subscribe button. We're very close actually to 2,200 subscribers, so it'd be massively appreciated if you could hit the subscribe button, and of course get involved in the chat, folks. Let me know any questions you got on this game. The next game, of course, we've got Wales against Australia, and very much looking forward to that. There won't be a watch long for that, I'm afraid. I'm going to head over to watch that with the family, but I'm hoping to get a reaction out, and potentially tomorrow there will be an Ireland versus Argentina live watch along. And let's have a chat about the weekend's actions. We'll go through the games that we've seen so far today. And let me just share my screen with you, and we'll have a look at how the games have been developing over the last couple of hours. So earlier today, we saw Scotland beating Japan by 29 points to 20. And let me tell you, it wasn't the greatest performance from Scotland, but the big thing for them, of course, is that they got the win. 3 wins out of 4 this autumn. I think has to be classified as a successful autumn for them. And that's the big headline, of course, as you can see on your screen now. Stuart Hogg breaking the Scottish record in Japan there, in the win there. Again, the most tries of any Scotsman ever. I think the record had stood for about 60 odd years. So it's quite an impressive thing that he's managed to do there. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Scotland on that win. And on the whole, I thought they probably just about deserved the win in the end. But Japan were much better today, much better in this game. So well done to them. The other games of the day, Italy played against Uruguay and managed to get the win there. And I've got to say, you know, I didn't actually watch this game, but it doesn't look like it's a special one. At halftime, it's 10 points to 3. So not the greatest game of rugby. And for Italy, well, I don't know, because I think it's an odd one. Uruguay obviously they're mid-tier 2, aren't they? Italy are on the cusp of tier 1 nation. They probably are a tier 1 nation. A lot of debutants, as you can see from there, as it says there on your screen, lots of debutants for Italy, but they'll still be frustrated that they couldn't pull away and win by more in this one, but they got the win there. If we have a chat then about later on, as I said, we've got Wales against Australia. And then tonight, what a game this promises to be. New Zealand against France. Really excited for that. That should be really open rugby. And Galtier, the French head coach, has come out this week and said, look, we're not going to change our style for the All Blacks. We're just going to go and play the way we want to play. And both teams will love to throw the ball about. So I think that's going to be a fantastic watch. And then tomorrow we have Ireland against Argentina. There will be a preview for that out on the channel tomorrow morning at some point. So make sure to subscribe for that ready. And let's have a look at the stats from this half. And no surprise to see that England are dominating in terms of the statistics. Overall possession then is 57% to the 43% for England. England's territory as well, 58 to 42%. Time in possession, the Springboks have actually had more time in possession, but just haven't done all that much with it. But what we've seen from the Springboks is a willingness to just take the points when they're available. But for England, they're very obviously looking to go to the corner, looking to try and play as much as they can. And I think it's been an interesting half for England. They'll be frustrated that they're not further ahead and that their discipline is letting them down that little bit. In terms of the stats there, as you can see, England pretty dominant in open play. The Springboks have kicked a lot more. As you'd expect, that's just their style. That's the way that they do things. Ruck's lost is very similar. So I thought that actually at the breakdown, I thought the Springboks would have the upper hand, but it's actually been very equal across the board. Breakdown steals 2 to the 1. Speed of ball then from the ruck favours England just about. England being a lot more attacking, 2 line breaks, only 40 tackles made, 10 missed tackles for the Springboks. So for the 2 tries that England have scored, you'd have to say defensively that would be a concern if you were the Springboks. I just don't think that Jetty Creel on the wing works. I just don't understand it. For me, it doesn't work. Turnovers won, and for the Springboks, they have the advantage. There in the scrum, we're potentially worried about England in the scrum, but they've looked very solid and probably have a little bit of the upper hand in that regard. The lineouts look pretty solid for both sides. Both guys have kicked very well. Marcus Smith and Andre Pollard have both kicked very, very well throughout the game. So on the whole, you've got to say, in terms of the game, England will be pretty happy. But the big stats, of course, is this one in the right-hand corner that I'll highlight now. It's penalties conceded. England getting penalised quite a lot in this game. They need to be careful, especially with later on in the game, with the bench that the Springboks can bring on. That discipline is going to be really important that they get that right. They really have to get that discipline right. Otherwise, the referee may look at yellow cards, may look at penalising them that little bit more, and you want to get on the right side of the referee for sure. But on the whole, I think England do deserve to be in the lead in this one. Dylan Harley loves that. I think he's in the Peaky Blinders. Love that comment. That's a great comment. I actually quite like him as a pundit. He's quite straight talking, and I quite like that. In a pundit for sure. But that is how it looks at half time. We're yet to see these guys make their entrance onto the pitch. We'll wait to see them. That is, of course, the Bomb Squad, the notorious or famous Bomb Squad, depending on which team you are supporting today. But yeah, I've got to say, if I was English, I'd be pretty happy with how England have played. I would be. I'd be quite happy. I think the way England have approached this game has been really positive. Really positive. They've looked to play. They've looked to throw the ball out. And if you're South Africa, you'd be concerned defensively. But when they have gone forward, they've enabled them to have opportunities to take points. Or England's lack of discipline has enabled them to be able to take some points, which is just really important for them, you feel, and something they need to certainly look to build on. We haven't really seen the big ball carriers of the Springboks having an effect in this game. You know, Diolande's made a couple of nice runs. Lucanio Am's been very, very quiet. We haven't seen Mapimbi with much ball in hand at all. And Kobus Reinach, who usually snipes around the breakdown quite a bit, it's been very quiet, really quiet. So they will look to change things at half time. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bomb Squad comes on for the start of the second half. I would not be surprised at all by that. But I still expect it to be very close going into the last 20. And I do think that the bench of the Springboks will have a big say in that for sure. So there we go then. So England leading 17 points to 12, 5 points in it. There is another game currently going on. It is Georgia against Fiji. That one is currently 15 points apiece with 5 minutes to go until half time in that one. So that is 15 points apiece in that one. So that is how that one is going. But not long to go now until the second half. Make sure to get your thoughts in the chat. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Let me know what you make of this first half and the other fixtures of the day, of course. Do you know what I forgot to do this week? It's very, very poor on my part. I forgot to do my fantasy team. I completely forgot to do it. So, yeah, not great. So it's the same team that went out last week. So Owen Farrell's in, but he's obviously not playing, right? The Welsh boys haven't played yet. The Irish boys haven't played yet. Sexton's there, but he's obviously not playing because he's out injured. So that's fun, isn't it? So that's annoying. But I can actually put Bowden Barrett in there, so it's not too bad. But yeah, not great for myself there. But if you do want to join that, it's actually too late. But we'll get one going, obviously, for the Six Nations. Currently, at the top of the leaderboard is JB with 1,933 points. I'm currently 11th with 1,193. So not doing so well. But JB is currently top. So congratulations to him. But still quite a bit of rugby to play. Right, we're all set for the second half. So let me get this sorted. And let me get my headphones. All set for the game. So we are set to go here. So England leading by 17 points to 12. And we are ready to get going. We're just waiting for everyone to be happy. The referee waiting to get us underway. And off we go. So the second half gets underway. Marcus Smith gets us underway. No changes for either side as far as I'm aware. Dropped by the Springboks, but went back. So 40 minutes between England and a little bit of revenge for 2 years ago at that World Cup final. Offside from England there. And chance falls. The Springboks cleared their lines early on here. Dirk, hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome in. Good to see you. Pollard clears it downfield, so it'll be a line out to the Springboks inside the England half. The line out to the Springboks here. And it has gone everywhere. It's been knocked on by the Springboks, and England will have the point in at the scrum. So chance for them to set up something attacking going forward in this one. So scrum to England here on the 5 metre line. And a chance for them to set something up here. Scrum has been reset. And a chance for England to set something up from here. So on their own 10 metre line, chance for England to do something. Solid scrum. Big shove coming on from England here. And penalty to the Springboks, though. It's them who get the way of the ref. And that's the first time I think we've seen the Springboks having a big shove there. And the Springboks are going to go for the post. So Andre Pollard with a chance to bring the game to 2 points in it. That'll be it. So, yeah, chance for the Springboks to reduce the deficit to 2 points. So big kick this in the game. Big kick this in the game. So Andre Pollard with a chance here 47 metres out. He's kicked every single kick so far. Chance for him then to reduce the deficit to 2 points. Pollard steps up and he's sliced it. He's really sliced it. And it remains 17 points to 12. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen. The bomb squad is coming on. Malcolm Marks, Vincent Koch, and Stephen Kickoff. They are coming on now. Let's see what impact they can have on this. The bomb squad is on, ladies and gentlemen. So Malcolm Marks on for Bonambi, Stephen Kickoff on for Nche, and Vincent Koch on for Niakane. So those are the changes that are being confirmed there. So Marcus Smith gets us re-signed with a 22 dropout. And Andre Pollard claims it and sends it straight up. It's a little bit too long, Freddie Stewart claims, but this is a tactic that the Springboks love to use. They love to send the high ball up, let the opposition claim it, and then look to jackal straight away. It's something that they're very, very good at. But here come the Springboks. Willie LaRue with a little bit of space finds Quagga Smith, who goes over the halfway line. Big hit coming on him there. Andre Pollard into Willie LaRue. Willie LaRue gets out to Diolande. A little bit of space out wide here. Oh, it's a lovely offload from Damien Diolande. Khaleesi, tries to get off to Jesse Creel. But what an offload that was from Damien Diolande. How he got his hands free, I have no idea. The lovely offload from Diolande there. And he couldn't quite find Jesse Creel there. And couldn't quite get the offload off there, but line out to England on their own 10-metre line. So pressure on this line-up, but they do win it. The maul is set up. Ben Youngs looks set to clear it through the box kick. Down towards Jesse Creel, who catches. Tackled by Henry Slade. Tom Curry trying to get over the ball there, but he couldn't quite make it. Andre Pollard sends it up. 6 minutes into this second half. Stewart takes it. He's actually been very, very good under the high ball, I got to say. Ben Youngs to Marcus Smith. Henry Slade kicks it. Touched by the Springboks on the way through. The ball is there, though, for Andre Pollard. Willie LaRue looks up. Sends it up. Again, not really competitive, that ball at all. And Springboks decided not to look to get involved at the breakdown. Big hit coming in on Kyle Sinclair. And Dwayne Vermeulen's over that ball brilliantly. And chance for the Springboks to get back within 3 here. Big hit from Malcolm Marks on Kyle Sinclair there. That's a heck of a hit. So penalty to the Springboks, chance for them once again to get within 3 points here. So chance for the Springboks here. Joe Marler is warming up for England. Andre Pollard, though, with a chance here. So chance for Pollard here. Pollard kicks. It looks good, and he's missed it. He's missed it again. Second kick he's missed there. Pollard misses the kick. That's a big miss. Again, second big miss. Joe Marler's on for Rod in the front row there. So that change has gone through. Bevan Rod is off. Joe Marler on. So the Springboks have to start again. I mean, Pollard's missed 2 penalties now. Not often that you see that, but he's missed 2. Freddie Stewart winning the ball there. Ball is there, though, for Ben Youngs. Ball up. Willie LaRue comes up. It comes off him. It's a chance for England's counter. Max Malins wins it. England up to the 10-metre line of the Springboks. Joe Marler carries. Marcus Smith looks up, sends it up. Bit of an odd kick, I must say. And easily taken by Pollard, but he's knocked it on. Pollard having a nightmare few minutes here. Andre Pollard not having the flow of the game that he would want. Scrum to England then from the knock-on. Willie LaRue. And then Andre Pollard completely misjudged that one. So scrum to England then. And a chance for them to try and create something, but Ben Youngs is off. Rafi Quirk on. So change at scrum half for England then. So scrum here then to England. Half an hour to go in this one. A chance for them. Chance for England here. Big scrum coming in and penalty to the Springboks on the scrum. And things have changed very quickly here for England. The bomb squad certainly having their impact that they'd want there. And well, is the tide turning at the scrum? Is the tide turning at the scrum in this one? That is the question. And Andre Pollard sends it downfield. And more changes coming in for the Springboks here. I think Franz Stein has come on. I'm pretty sure he has. Franz Stein comes on for the Springboks. I think he's going to be replacing Willie LaRue, I think. It is Willie LaRue off. So line out to the Springboks on the 10-metre line of England here. And it is won by De Jager. Maul is set up. Malcolm Marks gets going. This maul looks pretty good from England. Ball is there. Kobus Reinach looks up and goes alone and nearly breaks the gap there. Brilliantly tackled though in the end. Ball is there for the Springboks as they come through the forwards here. Dwayne Vermeulen clears out. They're waiting for a scrum half here. Someone needs to act as scrum half. Kobus Reinach is there. And Vincent Koch carries for them. Andre Pollard is sitting deep. Sends it up. Sending it up. Who's going to win it? Stewart claims it and takes it really, really well. And takes the mark and clears it downfield. And it'll be a line out to the Springboks. Just about on the halfway line. So still here for the Springboks. Khaleesi carries strong and Marcus Smith and bounces him off beautifully. And that's what we were expecting. We were expecting them to be targeting him defensively. And they're really doing that now. They're beginning to hit. Springboks up to the 10-metre line. Pollard spreads it out. Franz Steyn looks up. Spots the space. Kicks it downfield. Johnny May has enough time to pick it up and pass it into Freddie Stewart, who sends it downfield. It's down toward Damien Diolande, who has a chance to run. Oh, bounces off the tackler. That was Freddie Stewart. Penalty to the Springboks. You could hear the referee telling Underhill not to go for it, and he kept going for it. And chance here for the Springboks, and you think Andre Pollard, right for the post, going to take this chance now. What a hit that is from Khaleesi on Marcus Smith. Oh, Diolande, what a carry that is. Chance then for the Springboks to get back to within 3. Not long to go in this one now. And Pollard adds the 3 points. So it's a 2-point game. We said it was going to be nervy. I said 23-20 to the Springboks. Might not be too far off. 25 minutes to go. Andre Pollard third on the kicking points for the Springboks. And Andre Pollard is off. Elton Yankees is on for the Springboks. Sam Underhill is also off. And Alex Tom Brandt is on for England. So those changes have also gone through. Franz Steyn wins the ball. England trying to ensure that they can turn that over, but it is there for Reinach. And Herschel Yantes clears it. Elton, sorry, not Herschel. Herschel scrum off. Ball is out. Joe Marler tackled unceremoniously. Ball is there, though, for Rafi Quirk, who sends it back to Marcus Smith, who sends it up. Looking for Max Malins. Knocked on by England. Ball is there for the Springboks, and no advantage from that there. So scrum to the Springboks. And we'll have a breather for a second, won't we? So scrum to the box. Carl Sinclair is off. Will Stewart is on to replace him. So 25 minutes to go in this one. Oh dear, I'm tired. So scrum then to the Springboks, just outside their own 22. Big scrum needed from both sides here, and the ball starts to move, and the Springboks start to move, and I'm sure we're going to see a penalty. Yes, we are. The power of the Springboks there. And if you are the Springboks, I think you go for the scrum again. I think you just go for the scrum again here. 3 scrum penalties conceded by England now. You can just see the shove gets going there, and you just can't stop it. Interesting to see what the Springboks do. No, they decide to send down Franz Steyn with a monster kick. A monster kick there. 15-15. It's finished. The Fiji game. A draw. And I think we need to see more games like that. We need to see games where teams are probably around about the same level, like Fiji, Georgia, maybe you say Italy, Fiji, people like that, to play against each other more regularly, because then they can test against each other who are about the same level. And so you're not playing against a New Zealand where you're going to get thrashed, but you're playing against people who are around your level, maybe a little bit better, and you can push yourself. But what a great advert that was for rugby there. That's finished there as Greg had just said, 15 points apiece. The Springboks beginning to move with the driving maul here. England trying to shove them into touch. The ball is there. Advantage to the Springboks. Just outside the 22 now. Damien Diolande carries it. They have the penalty. Advantage. Kobus Reinach goes out wide to Malcolm Marks. Plays it back. Still advantage to the Springboks here. Going through the forwards now. Elton Yantes plays it out to Damien Diolande, who runs hard at Tom Curry. Kobus Reinach switches it up again. Mapimbi. Lovely hands out to Malcolm Marks. Inside Kobus Reinach. Reinach into Quagga Smith, and Quagga Smith knocks it forward. And will come back for the original penalty, I think. Oh, they're checking something here. So chance for the Springboks there. They were checking, thinking maybe there could potentially be a deliberate knock-on, but there wasn't in the end. So we're all good. No yellow, no. I don't think so, Richard. I think it's come off the foot of Max Malins. So the Springboks are going to the corner. They're back in their driving maul. They're back in their forwards. 5 metre line out. It's going to be. So line out, 5 metres out. Big moment in the game here. 20 minutes to go. The bomb squad have made such a difference. Malcolm Marks. Wow. The ball is won. Etzebeth claims it. The maul is set up. The Springboks trying to get the forward shove, and it begins to move. South Africa, here they come. The push comes on. This surely is going to be a try for the Springboks. Short. The ball is short. Mapimbi goes alone. Has he got there? Short once again. 2 metres out here for the Springboks. What moment this could be in the game. He's trying to turn it over. Kobus Reinach. Ooh, I'm not too sure what's happened here. Wow. Max Malins there somehow turned that over. Yeah, I think Max Malins has ripped that from Quagga Smith. What a test match this is. This is a proper test match, isn't it? Ryan Schofield's enjoying that moment there. Sweet low, sweet chariot. It's ringing around Twickenham. Brilliant work from Max Malins, who of course came on for the injured Manu Tuilagi so early on in the game. Nick Dolly's debuts. He is on. Franz Steyn lines up the drop goal, and he's hit it wide. Charlie Ewells is also on for Hill. Franz Steyn there. Trying to size out a kick up. It's not an awful effort. He's got the distance. He's got the height. It's not miles off. It's maybe like half a metre wide. So 20 minutes to go. 2 points in it. 15 points to 17. England lead. Franz Steyn looks up. Kicks it. Stewart decides to go alone. Rafi Quirk. Joe Marler carries. Rafi Quirk is going to box this one, you'd think, which he does. Oh, it's been charged down. Where's that ball going? It spins kindly into the hands of the Springboks. The Springboks have turned it over at the breakdown. And the bomb squad once again making the difference. And chance here for the Springboks to take more points here, to take the lead potentially. And this is a lot of penalties beginning to clock up now for England. "15 penalties conceded from England compared to the 4 of the Springboks. South Africa actually go to the corner here, so about 7-8 meters out. I'm surprised we haven't seen a man in the bin yet. So line out here to the Springboks, 8 meters out or so. Diaga claims it. The maul is set up. Ball begins to move. Where are the Springboks going, though? I think they've kept it alive. They have. But they haven't really made any ground whatsoever. Ball is there, though. And they go through the forwards. Well taken by Dialande. They need a scrum half, though. Cobus Reinach finally gets there. And here come the Springboks. Kitsoff carries well. Offside. Offside there from England. So advantage to the Springboks here. Etzebeth carries. And they'll come back for the original penalty. This is right in front of the sticks. And you think they'll certainly be taking the points. And this might be a yellow. Or at least there's going to be words here. Alex Dombrandt penalised for being offside. We do have a potential injury here, though. I think Etzebeth. I think they're checking something here. Personally, I don't think there's anything really wrong with this, but they want to have a look at it regardless. He catches him in the head as he goes down. It's a tough one because he's falling, so personally, I'd say just a pen. Just a pen. It's just a penalty, I think. So they are checking this still, though. Personally, for me, it's a penalty. They're still checking this. Jay Kalu, unfortunately, I cannot, my friend, due to copyright reasons, I cannot show you the game, I'm afraid. But I can give you my commentary. We're just checking it, potential yellow card for England. But personally, for me, I think this is just a penalty. So referee deciding. So just a penalty. And I think that's the right decision. Etzebeth is okay, which is the big thing. And referee just explaining his decision. So penalty here then to the Springboks. I'm surprised, though, that England have not had a man sent to bin. That's what Sia Khaleesi was asking the ref there. Saying, look, there's been 7 penalties. I think he's got a point. I think he's got a point. Good chance for Yanchis to put the Springboks ahead, which he does. So the Springboks, for the first time in this game, have taken the lead. So England 17, the Springboks 18. So here we go. 14.5 minutes between the Springboks and getting a double over England, but England do need to do something. Mustard is on for De Jager. Jasper Wiese is on for Kwagga Smith. So those changes have gone through for the Springboks. So here we go then. 15 minutes left in this one. What a tense finish we're in for. Just a point in it. Cobus Reinach clears his box kick. And it will be a line out to England, just on the halfway line. So here we go then. Line out to England on the halfway line with 16 minutes to go. And England get the ball out from the line out. Lovely hands into the hands of Joe Martian. Martian in the open. Gives it to Rafi Quirk. And Rafi Quirk's going to score for England with 15 minutes to go. And out of absolutely nothing, off a brilliant line by Joe Martian, England back into the lead here. What a try that was from England. And after everything that England have done, and after everything that South Africa have certainly done, England take the lead. Rafi Quirk with his first try. And England, what a lovely try from the line out. Joe Martian spots the gap, runs straight through. And as any good scrum half does, he offers a brilliant support line to his teammate there. And Rafi Quirk is there on the inside line there. And a brilliant support line. And he dives over to give England the lead. And it's going to be an easy conversion for Marcus Smith. And England lead now, once again, by quite a bit now, actually. 6 points now. And the means of the Box are probably going to have to get a try here. And England here leading by 24 points to 18 with just under 15 minutes to go. So South Africa gets restarted, and Rafi Quirk will look to clear this one now. And he does clear it. And has it reached touch? It has indeed. So line out to the Springboks on the 10-metre line. Not long to go now. And the faith shown from Eddie Jones in him now seems to be paying off. Some changes for the Springboks. So Cobus Reinach's day is done. Jan Cheese comes on to replace him. So here we go then. 13 minutes to go between England having the revenge of 2 years ago. Herschel Jantjies, as I just said there, on for Cobus Reinach. Advantage to the Box, though. I think the ref has to have a look here. He needs to have a word. Yep, someone's going to the bin for England. And off the one goes. Will Stewart is off to the bin. 15, 16 penalties now given away from England. So no surprise there. And this is a big chance now for the Springboks. In at the side then, Will Stewart has to take it there, and the Springboks will go to the corner. I mean, they need to probably get a converted try, certainly to take the lead. So big chance for them now. You've got to say, big chance. So pretty much England are going to spend the rest of the game with 14 men on the pitch. So line out to England here, to the Springboks, sorry, in the 22 of England. And they've won the ball. Duane Vermeulen wins it. Malcolm Marks at the back of the maul. And the maul starts to move as Malcolm Marks still has the ball. One stop from the referee. They're going to have to use it pretty soon. And the ball gets moving once again up to the 5-metre line now. The Springboks pushing forward. The ball is there for them. Itoje told to leave it as Mosto goes for it. Jasper Wiese trying to reach now. Advantage to the Springboks. Marcus Smith offside. There's space out wide. If they can just look up, which they do. Yanchis gets it out. One more, surely. And Mapimbi's going to get in the corner. And Mapimbi scores for the Springboks. And finally, the try comes for the Springboks. The Springboks back in this one for sure. 23 points to 24. Chance to take the lead if they can get this conversion. And in the end, just sucking the men in. And they had the awareness that there was space out wide. And just the power of this Springboks team certainly coming through now. And chance for them to take the lead once again in this game. Not long to go now. It's going to be a tense finish, isn't it? I'm pretty sure my score prediction was 23-20. So it's not a bad score prediction, this one, I must say. So just about 10 minutes to go in this one. Mapimbi's try scoring record is quite ridiculous. Come on, Box, indeed. Not long to go now then. England obviously still with just 14 men on the pitch, and they're going to have to do that for a while. It's a tough kick, though, for Herschel Yanchis, who is I think he's a left footer, so it's on the completely wrong side of him. It's going to be a really tough kick. If he can get this, he will give the Springboks the lead. But it's not going to be an easy kick whatsoever. So tough kick for him here. He kicks it and he's just pulled it wide. Although you might have said that the England players maybe moving before the kick. Good testing. Do you know what? It's been so physical. It's been so tight. Springboks probably do have the edge, have been the better side, I'd say. I still expect them to get the job done. But there is 10 minutes to go. England with a man in the bin, a point in it at Twickenham. Repeat of the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. This is what we love about rugby, isn't it? And what a game this is shaping up to be. Ball up, knocked on though by England. So chance here for the Springboks. Still advantage for the Springboks then on the halfway line from that original knock on. And here they come through the big forwards now. Ball sent up. Elton Yanchis sends it up. Mapimbi tries to claim it. Gone backwards from England. Ball is there and the Springboks have managed to win it at the breakdown. Duane Vermeulen over the ball. And this will be a chance for the Springboks to certainly go for the post now. So chance here for the Springboks to take the lead late on here. Chance for England then. Chance for the Springboks, sorry. Here. And chance for them to go for the post. So here we go. Big kick, this one, you feel. Wow. That start from the commentator there is just incredible. England have conceded 10 in the second half penalties. Springboks have conceded 0. Interestingly, that Van Steen is setting up to take this one for the box. Chance for him. He's got a monster boot, so 43 metres is nothing to this man. Chance for him. He's hit it, and he's hit it well, and the Springboks take the lead. Springboks are leading this one by 26 points to 24. Not long to go left in this one. I said it's going to be tight, and it certainly looks like it's going to be tight all the way. So here we go then. Sam Simmons is on for England. Courtney Lawes is off. So Argentina against Ireland tomorrow. Don't forget about that. There will be a watch long on the channel for that one. So do join me live for that. But we are focused here very much so on this one. Another advantage to the Springboks here. And they're really beginning to close this game now. Yanchi sends it back to the other Yanchis. Damien Diolande out to Lucanio. A little bit of space here for England. For the box, sorry. As Stain carries up to the 10-metre line. Oh, lovely run from Edsabeth. Edsabeth goes through. He's looking for the options. He finds Malcolm Marks, who's there. And penalty to England eventually. Oh, and the box nearly there. Nearly managed to steal it from the hearts of England. Completely steal it, but penalty for going off his feet there. And England now have to start to work their way back up the field. It's going to be a challenge for them to do it, but they have to do it now. And Marcus Smith sends it down towards the 10-metre line. And a chance now then for England to try and build something. They certainly need to do that. They have about 2 minutes, 3 minutes left on this yellow, so there's not too long. Not too long to go in this one now. But still 5.5 minutes left in this one now then. And it's always gone. Still there for England, just about. Rafi Quirk goes into the forwards. Joe Marler takes it. Ball clipped up, looking for Marchant. And penalty to England. We're going to have a look at this. They're going to check this. Siaklisi has taken out Joe Marchant. They're going to have a look at this. I think Khaleesi's gone for the ball. He's got his eyes on the ball all the way. He does, though, wrap his hand. But he's wrapped his arm as well. And is he realistically going to get that? Probably not. It's certainly a penalty. Maybe a yellow. Maybe a yellow. Maybe a yellow. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What do you think? Time on this, it is 75 minutes. Penalty and yellow card. Sia Khaleesi is going to the bin. So it means we are going to have... And Khaleesi is sent to the bin. So chance. So we're 14 against 14, folks. 26-24. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Not long to go at all here. So the question is, do they think they can kick this? So this is a big kick. This kick could potentially win the game here. Does Henry Slade? Well, England are going to the corner. Brilliant kick from Marcus Smith. Puts them into the 22. So this is it now then. This is it. This is the moment for England. Will Stewart is set to come back on here. Was that a yellow card? Was it not? It's a tough one to say. So here we go then. Line out to England, and it's stolen by the box. Etzebeth steals it for the box with 4 minutes left. And they'll be looking here to hold on to it and try and get their way downfield, playing in the right areas of the field. Nervy moments here. 3.5 minutes to go. Yanchis sends it downfield. It's a very good clearance. And England will have the line out just over the 10-meter line. So here we go then. Line out to England. 3 minutes to go in this one. What a throw this is going to be now. They've got to get this right. England have lost the line out. It's a big loss from England. And off goes Yanchis. Advantage to South Africa. Malcolm Marks carries. That's a high tackle, surely? Oh, I'm not sure if I agree with that. Mostert, though. England have managed to turn it over here. Off they come then. Malins, ball out, looking for Max. And the ball is still there, though. Johnny May looks up and slips, but he's tackled. Still advantage for the knock-on. Rafi Quirk plays it back to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith back to Henry Slade. Henry Slade into Max Malins. Max Malins backs his pace, but it's tackled. Martian tackled. Martian acts as scrum half. Tries to dance his way around. 2 minutes left in this one. Springboks down to 14. England up to 15. There is a man extra if they can find the width that they need. 2 points in it. Ball goes wide. Johnny May tries to step inside. Well tackled by Jesse Creel. Up to the 10-meter line. Inside ball. Oh, they try to get the offload. Henry Slade keeps it alive. 1.5 minutes to go. Advantage to England. Penalty to potentially win the game. Marcus Smith dances his way through. Another advantage to England. There's going to be a kick in front of the post. And that will be the game, you think. And all the handbags are in. Everyone is fighting. The pressure, man. The pressure in this game has been crazy, but England have a chance to win it with a kick right from the post with about a minute to go here. What a game this has been. And, well, England, fair play to them, have battled hard, have had to defend well. But they need to ensure that they get this kick right. Big kick here for Marcus Smith. Big kick this now to win the game. I think they're going to have a look at something here as well. So they're going to have a look at this. Oh, I'm not sure they're even going to have a look at this. So penalty to England. Nothing much Etzebeth can say about that. He can't really argue with it. And so it's going to be an opportunity here for England to potentially win the game with just about a minute. And Franz Stein, who's come on, kicked a beautiful kick, may have just cost his side this result. Big kick for Marcus Smith to potentially win this one for England against the world champions. Revenge for 2 years ago. Could this be the moment that they managed to do it? Big, big moment in this game now as Twickenham falls silent. He kicks it. He's got it. Marcus Smith has kicked it beautifully. And with a minute left on the clock, is that the game? Is that the game for them? (27-26) Springboks are going to have to get this ball. They're going to have to get it. They're going to have to kick it off perfectly. It has to be perfect. This kickoff has to be perfect. I mean, the clock's already in the red. They've got to get this ball. They've got to win it. Off they go. Ball is up. Taken out in the air. I think Will Stewart's taken out in the air. And penalty to England. And that will be the game. England have done it. England are going to win this one. England are going to win here at Twickenham against the Boks, against the world champions. And you can just see what it means to them. You can just see here what it means to them. Time is off here. We're just waiting for the final whistle, I believe. Don't forget then, tomorrow, folks, we do have this for you. We've got Ireland against Argentina live watch along. So coverage for this one starts at 2 p.m. with kickoff at 2:45. So do join us live. I'm going to drop a link in the chat now. So do head over there. Leave a like on that stream ready for tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe to the channel ready for that and hit the reminder on the stream. There's a link in the chat now. So make sure that you join me for that one tomorrow. Ireland against Argentina, live watch along, coverage at 2 p.m. Kickoff at 2:15. There's a link in the chat now. Do head over and follow that link. I think Etzebeth's going to be sent to the bin here. I think Abinet's going to be sent to the bin. Penalty for England, so they're just going to be able to kick it straight off. So England are going to just send this one off, and they do. And England have beaten South Africa here at Twickenham. The final score here is England 27, South Africa 26. There's the final score, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have enjoyed this watch along. I'm going to shoot off now, so I'm going to go catch the Wales game. Hopefully there'll be a review of their game out afterwards. Make sure if you have enjoyed to leave a like on this, subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Don't forget, as I said, Ireland against Argentina, live watch along tomorrow. Coverage starts at 2, kickoff at 2:15 p.m. There's a link in the chat. Hit that link, go on there, and make sure to hit the reminder. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to England. Commiserations to the Springboks. What a game we had. And I will see you tomorrow for that game. Take care and peace.